So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, man. And it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I'm still fine. Listen, I'm still trying to learn the rock groups. I know y'all killing me in the comment section right now, but I don't care. If you haven't learned that by now, it don't faze me. But anyway, listen. What's the name of that group anyway? It's REM, right? REM? Is it REM? R-E-M? I think so. I should have looked that up. But I think it is, man. Y'all know I was going hard checking out, learning about the rock groups and everything. But listen, the next video we getting into is the top 10 signs the end of the world is here. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, a lot of y'all kind of lean back a little bit. Like Fat Joe said, lean back. Lean back. Y'all lean back a little bit because y'all know this ain't my favorite topic. It is still not my favorite topic, but you know, a lot of people be liking to see these type of videos, so I oblige. But, you know, I am still hesitant. It still makes me cringe to do these type of videos, but I do them. So again, yes, top 10 signs the end of the world is near. So we're gonna check that out. See what they're saying out here. What's the talk? What y'all remember the whole Mayan situation, the Mayan calendar, whatever year that was, and everybody was nervous. Some people tried to talk tough, like, oh, they ain't worried about it, but in the back of their mind, you could tell they were sweating. They were sweating. Everybody was sweating. But yeah, we're gonna check this video out. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. Once you do that, real quick, moment of silence for the haters. That's enough. Now run the likes up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Here we go.
Is the end of the world near? Will 2021 be our final year? According to a number of people, we are approaching the end of time. Earth is just a ticking time bomb. Today, we will be looking at some scary signs that might reveal that the end of the world is here. Starting off this countdown, we have the prophecies. A biblical preacher believes that the end of the world is near, as almost all the prophecies laid out in the book of Revelation have been fulfilled, meaning the apocalypse is going to happen soon. Basically, in the book of Revelation, the 7 seals are the apocalyptic visions seen by John of Patmos. And apparently we have one more prophecy to fulfill before we reach the 7th seal, which marks the end of the world. Here are some of the seals that we have fulfilled. The 6th seal talks about an earthquake, followed by the sun turning black and the moon turning blood red, and mountains and islands disappearing underwater. Wiki believes that this happened with the Lisbon earthquake in November of 1755. A very disastrous earthquake caused a tsunami that covered cities. Then 25 years later in New England, the sun was completely blacked out by noon. They called it New England's Dark Day. That's not all. Over the years, we have had a number of blood moons where the moon appears red. So that right there fulfills all of the points in the 6th seal, meaning we are now on to the 7th seal, the final one. In our 9th spot today, we have the underwater cities. Within the next couple of years, a number of big cities and places are predicted to be underwater, like New York, Key West, Florida, Fiji Bay.
Now, my bad, I was a little aggressive. But the reason why I say now like that, because this year alone, we saw a lot of flooding going on in New York. I think I did one of those videos, man, where the tornado came through and they had so much flooding in New York that they had never seen. Y'all remember that, right? I wish I could remember what date that was. But it wasn't long ago that they was doing that, and we was watching all of the videos and the aftermath. I was calling my grandma because she's up in New Jersey, and they were feeling a little bit effects from it as well. You know what I mean? They were showing the tunnels and different things like that. Like, they hadn't seen that type of flooding before. So when I hear her off the bat rattle off New York and say some of these cities and states can be underwater, New York, I mean, I can see What's possible?
And places are predicted to be underwater, like New York, Key West, Florida, Fiji, Bangladesh, Miami, Florida, Bangkok, and New Orleans. Environmentalist Jeff Goodall had this to say about Miami. There's virtually no scenario under which you can imagine Miami existing at the end of the century. Conditions are getting so bad in Miami that the city may have to soon raise its structures to stay above water. In fact, it's believed the sea level could rise anywhere from 10 to 30 feet by the end of the century. For Key West, Florida,
I gotta go to Miami now, man. I haven't been down to Miami, I don't know how long, bro, but to say that by the end of the century, now, of course, yeah, you know where I was heading, yeah. The chances of it happening during our lifetime, okay, maybe slim to none. But at the same time, though, bro, that makes sense, man. I used to tell people all the time, like, they'd be like, oh, man, one of the most sought out destinations to live in is Florida. True. But what does Florida go through? You know what I mean? They have great weather. Gosh, they have great weather. They have no seasons. If you're a person that's not a fan of the cold, Florida is for you. You know what I mean? If you can deal with the gators and all that type of stuff like that. But they don't deal with seasons. But when it's hurricane season, you can almost guarantee one of those gonna come through and smack Florida, right? You can almost set your watch by it every year. So that's always been like my pushback on moving to Florida or being down there a lot, or certain times of the year being down there. You know what I'm saying? Because of what it goes through. So when you turn around and tell me that it could be underwater after seeing how many times it's been smacked by hurricanes, how could you disagree?
Sea level could rise anywhere from 10 to 30 feet by the end of the century. For Key West, Florida, it's said by 2060, over 60% of the livable land there will have been flooded. In 2100, 95% of livable land will be flooded, and in 2100, 95% of livable land there will be flooded. And then we have Bangkok. Bangkok is sinking at a rate of more than 1 to 2 centimeters a year. Currently is only 0.5 to 2 meters above the water. Much of Bangkok is already lower than the sea level, so it's believed that it could be fully below sea level by 2030. These are all terrifying statistics, and most of it is due to climate change and the sea levels rising. In our 8th spot today, we have outer space. It's crazy to think about how small Earth is in comparison to the entire universe. At any second, some massive asteroid could come hurtling down towards the Earth and kill us all. Well, guess what? NASA has said that over the next couple of years, there are going to be more close calls. As in, big asteroids will be flying closer and closer to Earth. All we need is for a rogue one to come directly our way and we're toast. Moving on, at number 7, we have Nostradamus. If you're a long-time subscriber of this channel, then you should know who Nostradamus is by now. For those of you who don't know, well then you gotta subscribe to our channel and binge watch all our old videos. Just kidding, but Nostradamus was a famous seer and prophet. He wrote a book which included all of his future predictions, and a number of them have come true already, which is freaky. Now, according to Nostradamus, we are currently headed towards the end of the world. First off, he predicted that a worldwide famine will occur. He said, and I quote, "After great trouble for humanity, a greater one is prepared. The great mover renews the ages, rain, blood, milk, famine, steel, and plague. Is the heavens' fire seen a long spark running?" Well, we are already seeing great trouble for humanity with the pandemic, so that part has already come true. And the pandemic has already forced millions of people to rely on food banks. But it's about to get much worse. Then he also predicted more natural disasters, and then finally it will all end with a zombie apocalypse. Isn't that just peachy? In our 6th spot today, we have the Futurists. A bunch of futurists believe that 2021 is the end of times, but they never told us how it's going to happen. They just predicted it and then left it as that. But here's the thing. Several months ago, people discovered that in the Ethiopian calendar, 2020 is actually 2012. And remember that huge scare we all had back in 2012 when everyone thought that the world was ending? Now clearly that didn't happen, but if they're right, and the world is going to end in 2012, well, this year is 2012, which means we're all dead by 2021. Isn't that great? We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Baba Vanga's predictions. Baba Vanga is another famous prophet in history. In fact, 85% of her predictions have come true, so she does have some legitimacy behind her name, which makes this next prediction very scary. For 2021 and the upcoming years, Baba Vanga predicted great disasters. She said, and I quote, "The world will suffer from a lot of cataclysms and great disasters. The consciousness of people will change. Difficult times will come. People will be divided by their faith. We are witnessing devastating events that will change the fate and destiny of humanity."
Now, it's a lot of things I want to say that I can't say, you know what I mean? Due to, you know, certain things that you can't and do on the platform. But that, first of all, she kind of gave me like the Oracle vibes. Remember the Oracle off of Matrix, which I think they're bringing back, by the way, anyway. But anyway, that has nothing to do with that. But if you just sit back and look and recall, and just in your lifetime, all of the things that have happened as of late, and then just sit back and think about it, you could start to think. Now, I'm pretty sure anybody can make a prediction and say, hey, this, make several predictions, and something on that list possibly come true. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, my message to you is, bro, live life to the fullest. That's where I was going with this. You know what I mean? Not trying to say this person is right or this person is wrong or what they predict could possibly come true. No. Live your life. That's the most important point. Live your life, bro.
Faith. We are witnessing devastating events that will change the fate and destiny of humanity. Great. Now, she didn't say what exactly these devastating events are, but we should buckle our seatbelts, because she also said that 2021 will be filled with great suffering and disasters. Coming in at number 4 today, we have the natural.
Well, we only got, what's today, the 14th? So what, 31 days left? 31 days in this month. So what, 17 days left? Hopefully not that much can happen. Hopefully. I say hopefully. We don't need no more natural disasters.
Climate change is a very serious issue. We're at the point of no return. And according to scientists, this means that we will be faced with more powerful, extreme, and deadly natural disasters. For example, we got wildfires. According to environmentalists, we are going to experience warmer and drier conditions and increased droughts, which wildfires thrive in. But we have more to worry about than just forest fires. Massive hurricanes and tsunamis will be on the rise. I mean, just recently we were hit with Hurricane Ida. This hurricane flooded New York City and New Jersey. They saw levels of rainfall they have never seen before.
That's what it was, Ida. Couldn't remember. Like I said, it's the same thing I was referencing. That's why that city could be underwater.
Residents were left trapped in flooded cars and basements, and tornadoes whipped through the air, destroying towns and homes. And like I said, it's only getting worse. Moving on to number 3, we have the apocalypse. According to a number of different ancient Indian texts, they believe that time is comprised of 4 great seasons or yugas. The final one is called Kali Yuga. Some believe that this yuga is still thousands of years away, so we don't gotta worry, but others believe we're currently in this yuga, so we do gotta worry. Here's the thing. This is the final yuga. It's said to be filled with disaster and conflict and sin. It's also supposed to mark the end of the world. Towards the end of the yuga, there will be a 3rd World War where millions of people worldwide will lose their lives. This will mark the apocalypse. The only good news is that the Kalki Avatar will come to save the world and end the suffering and bring upon a new universe / a golden age. Coming in at number 2.
Did that person like give you like Thanos vibes just then? Appearing out of nowhere with like all the Infinity Stones and stuff like that?
Apocalypse. The only good news is that the Kalki Avatar will come to save the world and end the suffering and bring upon a new universe / a golden age. Coming in at number 2, we have Disease X. This is an unknown disease that scientists believe and anticipate could wipe out all of mankind. They don't know what this disease is, but after analyzing the current state of our world, they are convinced it will happen in the near future. We are setting up the Earth to be a perfect environment for a new outbreak to occur. World Health Organization Committee Science Advisor John Arne Roentgen says that the next big outbreak will be something that we haven't seen before. The World Health Organization then goes on to say that it's only a matter of time before a new, extremely deadly disease wipes out the population. There are so many different strains of bacteria and viruses, they could easily just mutate and form a new, even deadlier disease. And in the #1 spot today, we have the unbelievable weather pattern. Just last month, for the first time ever, rain fell on the summit of Greenland instead of snow. This is scary evidence that Greenland is warming at an alarming rate. Scientist Ted Scambo said, and I quote, "What is going on is not simply a warm decade or two in a wandering climate pattern. This is unprecedented." Continuing on, he said, and I quote, "We are crossing thresholds not seen in millennia. And frankly, this is not going to change until we adjust what we're doing to the air." A major UN climate report discovered that the burning of fossil fuels is what is leading to Greenland melting. In fact, Earth has lost 28 trillion tons of ice since the mid-1990s. That's a huge amount of ice in a small period of time. If the ice sheets keep going on this path and keep melting, the Earth could be destroyed before we know it. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I don't want to scare you though, so let's...
She gonna say that at the end. I don't want to scare you, so too late.
Let's brain it up with some common shout.
Okay, she's done. But yeah, I don't want to scare you, but yeah, I already did. Too late. But you know how your grandparents and them used to say, "Oh, it's gonna be a hot summer. This summer is gonna be hot." Like I've been hearing that like my entire life. But now that you're older and you understand a little bit more what's going on and what could be affecting the climate and different things like that, or you may believe that it's controlled. However you believe it, you know what I mean? You're starting to see it. You're starting to see certain things happen. What makes me nervous is what's in that ice that's being released. You know what I'm saying? We've heard stories about different things from a long time ago being trapped in the ice. Once it melts, it releases. It could be gases, disease. You never know what it is. So that's what concerns me. And at the same time, this stuff melting like this and just the climate change as it is, how it's affecting the earth. So, you know, the earth will respond, you know what I mean? Not like verbally, but it will respond to what's going on with it. So I don't know, that makes it extremely scary to me. That's all I know. It makes it extremely scary. And you know how they say, we ain't seen nothing yet. I'm afraid to say we have not seen nothing yet. All right, so y'all get at me and let me know what you thought of this video, how you feel about these things. Have you been on that type of time already? Saying that you've been trying to warn people and telling them to, you know, something as small as recycling and doing different things that can affect, you know, the earth. Just let me know in the comment section, man. And also things that we can do better. You know, start small. It don't have to be huge. Small contributions that we can start doing, man, to make the environment a little bit more healthier. So y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think and stick around and stay tuned. Till the next reaction, I'm gone. Peace.